Welcome to the ninth wonder of the world, a place so magnificent that you won't believe it's real, located in one of the most underrated countries in South America, which is Bolivia. In this two-part series, I travel across different terrains to discover all corners of the country. The journey covers the challenges of budget traveling and what to be prepared for. I start in the capital city of La Paz and head to the largest salt desert in the world. However, it's not an easy mission, so grab your headphones and let's dive in.
We are in the outskirts of La Paz, in the youngest and the fastest growing city in all of Bolivia. It's called El Alto. And right now we're going to find transportation to our next city. And in that place, there's carnival, because this is the season of festivities, February. And as usual, we end up in the market. And this is not on purpose, this is per coincidence. There's just too many markets in all of South America. In all these rooms that looks like lockers, this is where the witches live. The fire they're preparing outside is actually going to be to burn the offerings to Pachamama, which is the god of the indigenous people. Unfortunately, cannot film them because they think this takes away their magic. But if you want to see how a fortune teller predicted my future, then check out the previous episode. Now let's hop on the main public transportation of La Paz, which is the cable car.
This cable system, which operates at 4,000 meters above sea level, holds two world records, one being the longest at 30 kilometers and the second being the highest. I'll talk about it more in my previous video from Bolivia. In the meantime, enjoy the spectacular views.
Honestly, it's really hard to impress me, but these views from these gondolas are really something else. Well, that's enough for the cable car adventure. If you're in La Paz, this is a must-do.
After retrieving my bag from the hotel, I hailed a taxi and headed to the bus station.
What a beautiful bus terminal here in La Paz. Let's see if we can catch the closest ride to our next destination. Well, we found a bus for $3. It's gonna take us 4 hours to get there. Hopefully there's no traffic and it's on time. Vamos.
The ride was tolerable to an extent, however it was jam-packed without AC. I discovered that this part of Bolivia is relatively dull. It is a straight road covered in flatlands without any villages or anything to see.
We arrived in Oruro. It took us 4.5 hours. The only positive thing about the bus ride was that it was driving in a straight line. There was no serpentine and there was no ups and downs, so I felt pretty good. ¿Este carnival hoy o no?
Sí, sí.
¿Sí?
Este
¿Ahora?
día, pues, sí.
¿En centro?
Sí.
Okay.
Los cielos.
Okay. It seems like we just arrived to the hotel and nobody's opening the door or answering the phone. Maybe it's a fake listing on the booking.
The door was locked and no one answered the phone, therefore do not stay here if you visit Oruro. I was lucky enough to find a backup plan quickly.
I settled into a hostel. Luckily it's a private room for $35. A little bit overpriced, but it's okay because it's carnival. You won't find anything cheaper.
I searched for a quick snack while rushing to the carnival before sunset.
Hola, buenas tardes. ¿Este cerdo?
Cerdo.
Okay.
¿Quiere probar?
No, después.
Ya.
Regreso.
Unfortunately, refusing his offer was the wrong decision. 5 minutes later, I ate a cold burnt burger and got sick for the next 2 days.
Somewhere behind these bleachers is the parade of the carnival. Let's see if we can get into it. It looks like the parade itself has ended and people are just sitting on the bleachers drinking beers. This is day 2 from Oruro. As you can tell, the carnival was pretty hectic last night. Well, for me, it was nothing special. It's just a typical carnival parade, traditional dance, music and costumes. It was okay to see for 2 hours, but then afterwards people just getting wasted. Today we will continue our journey to the next town, which will take 6 hours, I believe. How the hell did the chain end up here? Did they just break the road for that?
Before leaving town, I decided to explore the historic center of Oruro and witness the aftermath of the carnival.
We made it to the top of the mountains to check out the view, what the city has to offer.
The town of Oruro was founded 400 years ago and was named after the Urus tribe, which I did a video about. With a population of over 300,000, it thrives on the mining industry and tourism, especially during the carnival. Apart from taking the cable car to the Virgin Mary statue, there isn't much else to do.
Just like in Peru, the most visited place is Machu Picchu, but Bolivia is famous for its reflective salt flats. And I think while we're in this country, this is a must, so our next stop is going to be Uyuni. By the way, this bus stop looks like a Soviet one.
This is the beginning of one of those stressful days.
But we found a ride for ourselves to go to Uyuni. This is the bad boy here. I don't know how uncomfortable it will be, but I think we're going straight without any turns, so that should be fine. Change of plans. We had to come to the bus terminal because they had to switch the cars and they tried to put me in the back. I said I'm not sitting in the back, so I left to the bus terminal. Here we are. Okay. It's a little cleaner than usual, but pretty old and super hot. The update on the ride, we have 2 hours left. It's pretty empty from the windows, as you can tell. We're driving between the mountains in the middle of the plains. But I got extremely lucky today with the family next to me. Extremely uneducated, extremely disrespectful. The kids opening the windows and throwing the trash out every single hour. The mom is blasting the music. That's what happens when you travel in these type of places.
I would correct myself, it's not about the place, but the cost of the transportation that plays a role in who you travel with and your comfort level. Besides the inconsiderate family, the views are awful, worse than the journey's first leg. Now it was only desert landscapes. As we reached Uyuni and witnessed the condition of the town, I questioned why I signed up for this trip.
I'm so f***ing stressed out, it's unbelievable. 4 hours of non-stop music. And just from one family. This is what I want to point out. When other YouTubers traveling the world, they want to meet people, they want to show the culture, but they never show the negative aspects. Anyways, enough with the ranting. Let me introduce you to a town that is in the middle of literally nowhere. Welcome to Uyuni. This place looks beat up as hell. It's relatively small, and around us is the mountains and salt flats. And tomorrow we're going to visit one of them. Good morning from Uyuni. Today we will end up with the most picturesque place in all of Instagram. You will find out what it is very soon. But don't get carried away. Our ultimate vision is to visit a small village somewhere deep in Bolivia where the famous murder of Che Guevara happened. We have a few more days left. I hope you're enjoying what I'm filming. Put a like and leave a comment what you think so far. Look at the amount of cars here. These are all the people who are headed to the same place as I am, because this is quite the most popular spot in all of Bolivia. The only way to get to this place is you need to buy a tour, so I purchased one here. We're going with this 4x4 car.
I paid an extra $15 to sit at the front seat for the comfort. The town was completely flooded from the previous night's rain, yet the car managed to pull through. However, some parts on the vehicle were not working well.
We have settled in. We have people here from around the world, from Japan, from United States, from Chile, from Uruguay. This feels like the United Nations. We're going. And we have a trusted driver here, Jose. ¿A qué lugar parar primero?
Cementerio de trenes.
Okay, vamos. Our first stop on this guided tour is an abandoned train graveyard. How cool is that?
In the late 19th century, British engineers were invited to South America to construct a railroad to transport mined minerals across the continent. Uyuni was chosen as the distribution hub for the trains carrying minerals to the Pacific Ocean. However, the mining industry collapsed in the 1940s and the train's resting place ended up here. Now it's a graveyard turned into a museum. Unfortunately, some of the trains have been taken apart for scrap metal recycling.
That's a cool spot. Wouldn't you visit such a place? I think it's worth it.
We took off to the main attraction and the people with me revealed an interesting fact.
In Uruguay?
In Uruguay.
They have also a train graveyard.
Yeah, because we used to be kind of colonized by English people, so they put every railroad and everything.
And now it's...
Yeah, we don't use it.
At the beginning of the Salt Desert, the water seemed murky and muddy, but as we got further in, the views began to change.
I want to welcome you to the largest salt desert in the world at 12,000 square kilometers. Welcome to Salar de Uyuni.
This massive salt flat that looks like heaven began forming after the prehistoric Lake Minchin dried out over 40,000 years ago. The minerals collected from the mountains during the lake's existence formed a thick crust of 10 billion tons of salt. Beneath this crust lies a vast reserves of lithium-rich brine, with around 50% of the world's lithium being sourced here. What's more, groundwater is still present, sustained by the rain, and when the rain gently covers the white salt crystals, it creates a breathtaking reflection that has become a magnet for numerous tourists, including myself.
We got extremely lucky that it rained yesterday, otherwise this would be just all white. This is all salt here, check this out. Here's a bunch of flags, but a few are missing, such as the United States.
This is one of those activities that involves taking cool photos with miniature objects. Check it out.
What are your first impressions of this spot? Was it what you expected?
I think it's bigger than I expected, to be honest.
Bigger, okay.
Yeah, because most times when you go to like the main tourist attractions, it's like a little underwhelming, but this is a lot bigger. It's like so vast.
But we were lucky it rained,
I was
because
gonna say the
otherwise it
same
would have
thing.
been just salt
Because it's dry
flat.
season.
We drove for another 40 minutes very slowly to avoid salt getting inside the engine. Then it was time for lunch in the middle of the salt flat. The driver was well prepared with the table and dishware and delicious Bolivian food.
So for lunch we're having what exactly? Rice, sausages, beef, and some salads. A very simple lunch, but the thing is I didn't expect when I woke up this morning to be eating in the middle of this desert that is covered in water. Muy bueno, gracias. ¿Qué planes después?
Ahora vamos a ir a las esculturas de sal.
Okay.
Ya ahí hay figuras de sal, pero grandes.
The salt desert offers a lot more than it just itself. We've arrived to some sort of a museum that has lots of different sculptures. These are not just sculptures, they represent the indigenous motifs, and they're also made from salt itself. Here are the exact blocks that they used to build the sculptures. This is all done by manual labor. No chainsaws, just hammer and hands. Ooh, we found this market. What are they selling here? Hola, señora. ¿Esta es tu casa? No.
No, ahora está lo que ves nomás es
¿Este chocolate?
chicle.
Chicle.
Ah,
¿Cuánto cuesta?
1.50.
Gracias, señora.
Yeah.
Ciao. We got ourselves some snacks, and for the whole crew actually. This is our final stop at Salar de Uyuni. This is truly something magical. What do you think? I was sick the last 2 days with stomach poisoning and I was feeling pretty down, but today everything has flipped and I feel pretty good about this adventure. So stay with me and leave a comment on what you think about this place. These are the photos you must take when you're here. He knows it better than all of us. Over here the water is completely clean and you can see the blocks of salt and the cracks around it. Looks pretty cool. Definitely walking on sky. ¿Te gustas?
¿A mí ahora abrí?
Sí.
Sí, está muy lindo.
Es primero aquí, ¿sí?
Primera
Y
vez.
eres de Bolivia. Oh.
No había venido antes.
No, because I think such a places deserve one time. The second time it becomes like an attraction, like a roller coaster. You keep riding and riding. One time was like it gives you enough emotions.
I think I would come here with like someone who hasn't been here before and like show them like maybe some friends. or
Okay, fair enough.
The driver Jose had one more activity in mind for us. This was something special.
And now off we go with the closed eyes and ears, and let's see if I can make a straight line. This is crazy, look. We all ended up in a different place. That's insane. Like that guy all the way to the left. She's family made it to any steps. This is it, amigos. We have to call it quits for today. I have to say thank you for the chosen family. Yeah, thanks for coming and making company. We actually forgot to say thank you to our most important person, Jose. Muchas gracias.
No hay problema, amigo.
Guía. Muy bueno.
Sí,
muy
ahora un
interesante.
picnic, un vino, un brindis.
Okay. Salar de Uyuni. Salud.
Arriba.
Abajo.
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 Centro y va adentro.